Hey, Kendall here, just talking to myself and to you. So Heffron Drive formed probably 2008, maybe the beginning of 2008, and I had gotten some musical equipment with money that I had saved up from acting as a kid, Coogan account money. And as soon as I got it when I turned 18, the first thing I did was buy Logic, which was I think like $500 at the time. So I was like immediately going into it, and we started making music, and it was like, well, we should probably have a name for it, you know, and we lived on Heffron Drive, so it made sense. And it started there, and then I've kept it around throughout being in Big Time Rush, but now, like that I have more time, I can actually go full into it and make an album, which I did, and all that stuff. So it's now come full circle. You know, a lot of times I always associate it with things that seemed like a negative in the beginning, and then they end up being positive. So, I mean, that could really be anything. It could be with relationships, people you met that ended up not working out, but you might have met someone through them, you know, and that person ends up being a great, beacon in your life. So those situations happen to me a lot, where I'll meet someone and then meet somebody else through them, and then I don't end up ever seeing that person again. It's a bit of a happy mistake. But with music, what really inspired the title initially was the thought behind, like, you know, we were making mistakes in the production of the songs, but they ended up turning out like working for our benefit. So we sort of called those happy mistakes, and then the song Happy Mistakes has a lyric in it. So it was like, let's just go with it. It sounds right. So that's what we're calling it. There's an energy behind it that wasn't. I mean, it was attempted to be purposeful, but it ended up actually working in the writing of the song. And the energy is like this sort of, I can make it happen, whatever it is. Like we can do it. You know, or, you know, it's all going to work out in the end, is that sort of vibe. So I love that song. And performing it is equally epic. It's just such a rock kind of jamming song. So, and as far as like right now, we're actually re-recording Happy Mistakes all acoustically, which has been a challenge because it's like, I mean, you only have so many things to choose from. And I'm trying not to layer it too much either. I don't want it to sound like a full-on production song. So going through and like minimizing everything while also keeping it sounding cool has been a bit of a challenge. But it's been really fun, and that'll be coming out. White lips, pale face. I get tweets all the time like, you've said you were going to do covers. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, I know I've said, like, hey, new covers coming soon, and then never did it, you know, and that happens as easily as, oh, this Saturday I'm going to do some covers, and then Saturday gets booked up, and then Saturday goes away. So, like, it's nothing personal. I really I love doing the covers. I just would, you know, the last one I did properly was this Ed Sheeran cover of A-Team, and it was set up, and I had 2 cameras, and everything was mic'd and plugged in, and it sounded good, you know, rather than I would not want someone just to film me on my iPhone and post it. So I do want to make a somewhat cool looking cover, and I'm going to wait until I can actually make it legit. But yes, I do want to put more covers. I mean, there's so many great songs coming out right now too. So I think a majority of the Heffron Drive fans, they differ in the way that I think a lot of them are maybe older than some Big Time Rush fans. I think there's probably a younger group that hasn't really gotten into it at all. And then the older fans of Big Time Rush, I think, definitely got into it. And now I'm finding actually a lot of people who are like, hey, by the way, I have no idea who you are, but I really love your music, which is like my main goal. I know that, you know, Big Time Rush fans and subsequently Heffron Drive fans can carry me through a lot, but I also know that, like, the music needs to reach everybody, and that's my goal currently, is to make it somehow available for everybody to listen to. Hey, what's up? I'm Kendall Schmidt from Heffron Drive and Big Time Rush, and you're watching Entertainment Scoop. They say she's in the class.